Hey guys, so this is my Slytherin inspired makeup tutorial, my second one in the Harry Potter series. This one was requested the most, so let's get into it. First of all, I'm taking my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot and I'm applying this all over the lid and up to my brow with the Kat Von D concealer brush. And then I'm taking some translucent powder and setting from the crease area all the way up to the brow so the transition eyeshadows can blend more easily. So I'm taking a mix of this light green and the medium green from the Ofra Cosmetics Bright Addiction palette, and I'm just applying this to the crease using a Smith 230 brush. And I'm just blending this all the way across the crease, adding more eyeshadow when I need it to be a little bit darker, and just blending and blending and blending. And I'm also taking this shadow onto the upper half of my lid. I'm leaving the lower half blank because that's where we're going to be applying other eyeshadows. Speaking of which, I'm going into the Morphe 35B palette, which isn't my favorite, but it's got the only dark emerald green eyeshadow that I have. So I'm taking that and I'm using a Real Techniques accent brush and just mapping out the wing of the liner. So I'm flicking it out and upwards to create a sharp line, and then I'm mapping out on the lid how thick I want it to be. Once I get it to the right thickness, I'm just going to start filling it in about halfway across the lid. Now I'm going into my Suva Beauty Cupcakes and Monsters palette, and I'm taking that slightly lighter green and I'm extending it from the center portion of the lid to almost the very inner corner, blending it in with the darker green as I go. For the very inner portion, I'm going to take Thrash from the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I'm applying that in the same exact way, just blending it with the middle green until it looks like an ombre effect. So I decided I wanted the outer portion to be a little bit darker and more dramatic, so I'm just taking a black eyeshadow. You can obviously use any black eyeshadow you want, and just going over that darkest green and blending it out until I get a black to green color. Moving on to liquid liner, I'm using Schwing by The Balm, and I'm just going to trace that wing. So I'm starting with the bottom, making a thin line to the tip, and then I'm doing the same thing to the top of the wing. I'm not going all the way across the top, I'm just doing that outer portion. And then I'm beginning to take the liner across the lash line, but then I decided I wanted to add some silver glitter to the lid, so I'm taking Marilyn Monroe size 3 from Lit Cosmetics, and I'm just applying this with the Lit Clearly Liquid Glitter Base to the medium green center portion of the lid. I got some inspo from Janeeners on Instagram. She always does these really cool looks with the glitter in the center of the lid. And then once that's applied, I'm just going to finish the rest of the liner, connecting it all the way to the inner corner. And then I decided I wanted to darken up the crease a little bit, so I'm just taking that medium green from the Suva Beauty palette, and I'm using a Cosette S185 brush, and I'm just blending this across the lower portion of the crease. And then before I pop on the falsies, I'm just applying a quick coat of the Balm's What's Your Type mascara, and then the lashes I'm wearing are the Lady Killers by Black Magic Lashes. So before I move on to the lower lash line, I'm going to start on my face, and the foundation I'm using is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. I'm applying this with the Smith 115 foundation brush, and then I'm just blending it out and picking up the excess product with the Beauty Blender. By the way, I know I wore this wig in my Gryffindor look, but I couldn't pass it up. It's like the perfect Malfoy wig. I could not wear it for this video. Anyways, I'm just going to use the Kat Von D Cream Concealers in L7 and Whiteout to conceal and then also highlight my face. This white concealer is a dream cream highlighter for pale girls. Plus, I mean, Slytherins pretty much live in a dungeon and hardly ever see daylight, so it won't really hurt if I look a little more pale. And then once again, using my Beauty Blender to just blend everything out. And then I'm just going to set the under eye concealer with the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder. Now that that area is set, I'm going to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm pretty much going to mirror exactly what the upper eyeliner looks like. So I'm starting with that medium green, applying it to the center of my lower lash line, and then I'm going to take that lighter green and apply it to the inner corner. And then moving on to the darkest green, and I'm applying that to the very outer corner. And then I'm just using a tiny flat brush and some black eyeshadow and just stamping it as close to my lash line as possible and blending it out about halfway across my lower lash line. Moving on to some lower lash mascara by Pixie Beauty, just applying this really quick. I freaking love this mascara, you guys know that by now. And I know I'm jumping around in a weird order because I haven't finished my face yet, but oh well. Moving on to my lips, I'm using a black eyeliner to line and fill in my lips, which I always do when I'm wearing a black lipstick because it makes it look even darker. And then the lipstick I'm wearing is Witches by Kat Von D, which I couldn't pass up because the name is so fitting. Jumping back to the eyes really quick, I'm using the NYX Milk Jumbo Pencil on my finger to highlight the inner corner, and then on top of that, I'm applying Kat Von D Static Age Metal Crush eyeshadow over the top of it just to add a touch more silver. And I wanted to do something extra to the lips, so I'm actually taking a fishnet wig cap and I'm holding it over my lower lip and then applying that silver eyeshadow with a brush over the top to create a scale effect. I actually learned this technique from a tutorial that I watched a while back on Kat Von D's channel featuring Lipstick Kitty on Instagram. And then to contour my face, I'm using this grayish shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, and I'm applying that right under my cheekbones with a Marc Jacobs blush brush. I chose this color because it's a super cool toned color and it mimics shadows pretty well. I don't know about you guys, but when I think of Slytherins, I picture really chiseled and sharp facial features, so that's why I'm spending some time highlighting and contouring for this look. For a powder highlight, I'm using this broken eyeshadow called Unicorn by Kiss Cosmetics, and I'm just applying this to my cheekbones and nose. It's so pretty I couldn't resist using it, even though it's broken, and I got it all over myself in the process. Worth it. For blush, I didn't want to use anything super bright or colorful, so I'm just taking this neutral color by Marc Jacobs and applying it very lightly to my cheeks. And that's it for the Slytherin-inspired look. I really hope you guys liked this one. I'm Slytherin, so I was definitely most excited about this one. Let me know whether I should do Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw next in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!